lovely moustache there in that photograph.
Did I?
Yeah, you had a little moustache.
I didn't see that.
Do you remember that?
I did have a period where I had a moustache, but it was for professional purposes. When I was doing a show for the BBC, it was after Trigger Happy, and I didn't want to be recognised. So I thought, I'll grow a moustache.
I'll grow a moustache.
And actually, all that happened was, oh, look, it's the mobile phone bloke with a moustache. And he looks ridiculous.
Didn't work.
Yeah, so it was rubbish. But actually, I had my first kid was born when I had the moustache. So all my pictures of me holding my kid, I got a moustache, and like, one day my kids
and we managed to dig one out as well.
Salvador Dali look.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a lovely little look.
Yeah.
You're on tour at the moment, mate.
I am,
70 dates, isn't it?
70 nights. It's crazy. It's the
how
first
is it going?
time I've ever done live stuff as well, so I can't quite explain to you how frightening it is. Everyone like assumes, because I do squirrel things and shout at things, that it's fine, but it is kind of... I'd never done it before, and it isn't... You can't just stand up and do it, although I'm trying. And the first 10 nights were... Put it this way, there was a lot of alcohol being consumed before I went on.
Dutch courage.
Yeah, Dutch courage. And then I've got better now, actually, and I sort of... I've got down to sort of... I just do a vitamin C drink now, so I'm sort of at that level.
Much better for your health.
It is better for my health, yeah. And I'm loving it, actually. I really am. I think I've done about 50 now, which just seems insane.
It's not stand-up comedy, is it? It's more of a life stories kind of
Well, it's more like an evening with, but that sounds like it's an evening with Tony Benn or something. You know, something like that. It's... I mean, I can't do stand-up, you know, and I don't tell jokes, and I'm not going to suddenly change career and go and start telling jokes. So I thought I'd try and do a show which is the sort of show that I'd like to go and see. So essentially, it's a guide of how I went from being a grey squirrel to eating out of Gillian McKeith's pants and sort of everything in between. Now, if you've seen I'm a Celebrity, you'll understand what that means. That doesn't sound like, just herbs and stuff like that. But it's kind of lots of weird clips and stories, but then there's loads of audience interaction. That's what I like. There's a bit where they all throw stones at me, not real ones, so don't bring real ones. There's a bit where they film a trailer for a movie I'm going to do, and I use the audience to film the trailer as though they're watching a film. People come up on stage and smash things. It's weird. It's great.
I think, Dom, one of the strangest things I read about you is that you went to the same school as Osama bin Laden. Is this true?
I promise you it's true. Like, no one believes... I've two weird things I've done in my... Well, I've done lots of weird things, but two weirdest things, and I talk about this in the show. I sold my flat to Salman Rushdie.
No.
Yeah? Yes.
No.
And this was after I'd found I went to school in Lebanon for a year with Osama bin Laden. So you can imagine Salman Rushdie quite nervous when I sold my flat. But it's absolutely true. I went back and did a show for Sky, and I went to called Excellent Adventures, and we were supposed to be doing something else. Just went back to my old school, was walking around. Headmistress comes down, we hadn't got permission to film, and she goes, well, who's this guy? Fixer goes, well, you know, the most famous old boy from your school. She goes, no, he isn't. Osama bin Laden was here. I was like, what?
What?
So I've done some research, and I've got some photos, which you might be able to see in the show if you come along, which is quite exciting.
And you've travelled a lot as well.
Yeah, well, I do loads of travelling. That's kind of my big love. I wrote a book last year called The Dark Tourist, and I write for Sunday Times. So whenever I'm not doing something, I'm off to weird places. I went to North Korea.
Yeah, exactly. Weird places. Chernobyl, you've been to?
I went to Chernobyl for the weekend. Like, Chernobyl's not everyone's idea of a weekend, but it is very interesting. You'd love Kiev if you're a mullet hunter, which I am. Kiev is...
I'm a mullet hunter either.
You strike me as a mulleteer, Kate. And,
are you insulting my head?
No, I'm saying you might like mullets, because if I spot... I know that. She's got a mullet under it. If I spot a good mullet, I'll hunt it for hours. And then you get a picture, and then you upload it to various mullet sites where mulleteers vote on it.
I'm obviously missing out.
Also, if you go to Chernobyl, you go to Kiev, and here's the news for you. You can't get chicken Kiev in Kiev.
I'm not going there.
Well, how annoying is that? It's like, come on, it's the one thing they've got. I speak no Russian, but I was like, chicken Kiev. Like, So it's really annoying.
You're interested in cooking as well?
I am,
chicken Kiev. So you've got something very interesting.
Yeah, I've just been doing stuff quite weird for me, this, but I was asked by Marmite, of all people, to do this sort of campaign, because I do like cooking. I beat Gordon Ramsay once on the F Word, which I was quite chuffed with.
I remember that, well done.
Even though I was drunk, which shows he's a rubbish cook. So I did this stuff for Marmite, and basically it's called hate cuisine, not haute cuisines, obviously. So I did these sort of slightly spoofy little bits of me pretending to be various people and cooking with Marmite, and it was great.
Funny you should say that. We've got a clip.
Have you?
Let's have a look.
Take these mushrooms, clean them with paper towel. You can see a face in it. There you go. A little bit of Bobby Drizzle in there. Mushrooms I've just nicked from my neighbour, but you can nick them from anyone. Bung them in, bish bosh, and then pepper grinder. Has to be huge. Always from high. Make them dance like an Essex disco.
That is very funny.
Yeah, did you guess who that was supposed to be? No. I'm not allowed to say his name, apparently, but he's a very well-known...
I'm not going to mention any names, but do you think that some of the celebrity chefs are maybe a little bit over the top?
Yeah, of course they are, but they've all got to have their own sort of thing, don't they? And like everything's been sort of covered. So every time they think, oh, well, we've done that, what do we need to do next? I know, why don't we cook on roller skates? That'll be the next one. The roller skating chefs and stuff like that.
I can't get enough of cooking programmes though. So
I love them as well, but Nigella's a bit weird for me, I have to say.
No, she's great.
No, it's like soft porn. That
it is soft porn. You're a girl, Kate. You're not getting what she's communicating to us.
No, exactly.
Everything with Nigella is a double
downstairs in the middle of the night, my night eating.
I like to slip down and look into my cupboard.
Right,
like, she just said cupboard. It sounds really sexy.
I'd do like a bit of sausage.
Sausage is too obvious.
You boys have just got dirty minds, so I am going to change the subject onto the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay. You weren't eating a lot of food in there, and I thought you were quite an unlikely person to go in, actually. I wasn't expecting
I was,
you
but then
to
that's why I wanted to do it. Why should all these reality shows be just sort of restricted to footballers and people on Emmerdale? I'm like, I love those shows. I think it's amazing. And I love watching it, and it's a budget of like 18 million quid. There's 200, 300 people working there in the middle of the jungle for sort of 13 nobodies. I thought it was brilliant. Like, why would I not go on? You can pay to go into space, but I couldn't do that. Now, whether you wanted to go into the jungle, I wasn't sure, A, whether I'd enjoy it. Actually, I did, despite, you know, having to resist throttling Gillian McKeith.
You did well,
yeah, thank you. And, but no, I sort of did enjoy it in there. No, you know, I lost weight in there, which was great. People pay vast amounts of money to go off and starve themselves.
Like a boot camp.
Yeah, it was like a boot camp.
A retreat.
And, a retreat, a Zen retreat. And also, I think I was lucky this year because there were some really nice people, like Jenny Eclair. She came to the warm-ups for my show, and she gave me these sort of long notes, and like, because she's like my sort of my stand-up aunt. She'll be really annoyed I called her an aunt because she's not that old, but she's been really nice to me, and I love Jenny. Sean Ryder, I hope he's going to come and see me in Manchester. Love him. It's Sean Ryder. I know him now, and even Stacey. I love Stacey. So those three, I was so into. It was
You've made some new friends.
Very quickly, would you do it again?
No, I think you do it once, and that's it, really.
Try
but
it.
no, I'm going to do so. I'm off to find Bigfoot and the Yeti next.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
And on that note, it's been a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Thank you very
for
much for
coming in.
Cheers.
Good luck with everything.
Thanks.